All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Serious Angler podcast. It is a Wednesday. It is July 2nd right now. Happy July, everybody. Halfway through the freaking year of 2025, which is craziness to think about. But a little bit of a late upload for today, and that is because for whatever reason, technology likes to be our enemy here at Serious Angler. And we had a episode filmed, and unfortunately, the file corrupted. I don't know how. I don't know where along the steps that things got ruined, but we're gonna have to figure out a way to salvage or get the guests back on. But it regardless, it was a bummer because it was a great show, talking some big glide baits and stuff like that. So we'll have that redone for you guys. Long story short, technology sucks. When it's supposed to be great. But welcome back to Serious Anger Podcast. I'm making a quick message for you guys. While unfortunately the episode was not able to be posted, I do want to get a message out to you guys and talk about a couple things on today's show. It's going to be a quick one, obviously, as it's a little bit spontaneous. I figured we're missing a show here. The file got corrupted. I at least wanted to put something out for you guys to say hello and say happy 4th of July week. Hopefully, you guys are spending time with family, friends, getting out on the water, being safe, but having a grand old time. It's a great place to be here in America, even though with all the craziness, it is a great place to be and fortunate to be here. And hopefully, you guys are feeling the same way and that you're fortunate to be around your loved ones, your friends, and being in this amazing industry. And it's kind of the synopsis of what I wanted to talk about in today's video because I've been feeling this lately, been feeling happy, prideful of the fishing industry and trying to keep reminding myself of a couple things, which we're gonna get into here in a second. But before we do, as always, we gotta go through a couple things with you guys just to remind you. That way, you guys can know about it. You can save things, especially dollars specifically nowadays. But first and foremost, this is for the bass boat here. A little quick buzz around the industry for you guys. And as always, this is from the bass boat here at Serious Anglers, always presented by the folks over at Rec Lending. If you guys are looking to get a boat, currently have a boat, RV, things like that, call the folks at Rec Lending. They can either make your current boat more affordable, get you a better rate, or if you're looking to get into one, they'll get you the best situation to best afford that boat. I may or may not be calling them myself this week. I don't know. A little teaser there. But either way, call the folks over at Rec Lending. They're amazing people. They'll help you out. They'll get you squared away. But a little bit of business from the bass boat. I saw something pretty cool be posted. I think it was yesterday, July 1st, was from Vicious Line. I actually saw Brandon Lester repost it. And Vicious Line, all of their production is going to be in the United States. The full step, 100% from step one to the moment it gets put on a shelf or bought online is going to be done in the USA. And so that is freaking cool to see. Love that movement. We're starting to see it more, especially on some of these bigger corporations with stuff that's happening with government and stuff like that. But it's really cool to see that happening in the fishing industry. I think as we all can agree in the outdoor space, we like to support American made, truly American made. We all are in support of that. As much as I do like to order stuff from like Japan and Italy and things like that, I want to support 100% American made. So shout out to Vicious Line. That is freaking awesome. I wanted to share that across, and I'm sure they're not going to be the last ones that are going to be getting in line to be doing so. I'm sure there's folks that are currently in the midst of that. We might hear some more chatter about that here in a couple weeks, which is about 2 weeks from today. Will be, I think, day one of ICAST. I'll be down there. If anyone's going to be down in ICAST, give me a shout. I'll be there wandering around, have some meetings to get to, and some cool stuff on the horizon for Serious Angler as well as over on Beat the Fish if you guys follow my personal YouTube channel. But ICAST is going to be interesting. I've seen a lot of people posting, brands specifically posting dice baits, and it's probably going to be the ICAST of the dice. But it'll be interesting to see what new baits, things like that are going to come out. Especially, I'm more curious more on the technological side of things. What might be next up, and there's going to be it's gonna be an interesting year. I think it's gonna be a big way I'm looking at it. I think it's gonna be a big year on that more finesse side of baits, but then also I think you're gonna see some shifts in reels in the next couple years. Maybe not this year. I think that's just gonna be a big apparel year too, because I think there's some new brands that have come on the horizon too that'll be at ICAST. But It's gonna be interesting from there. We'll give you guys an update while I'm there on site. We'll try to do a show while I'm in ICAST. I'll have Alex Rudd with me and a couple other folks like Andrew Hayes from Tackle Talk. Maybe we'll do a little in-person show at the Airbnb down in Florida. But some cool stuff coming up. Looking forward. There's gonna be the Hobie Eyewear party that'll be down there. I'll be at that for Hobie fishing as well as Hobie Eyewear. Talking about the new Hull floats, which is 100% made from Hobie kayaks, recycled Hobie kayaks, upcycled, I guess is what we should say. So all that excess material that comes from creating a Hobie kayak, they then put into now making sunglasses, which is really cool. So I can go fish my Hobie kayak and wear essentially a Hobie kayak material on my face. Cool stuff from them coming up. They just launched some new models as well, which we'll be talking about it at ICAST. But going to be interesting. And that is your business from the bass boat for today's episode. And now to quickly, one last thing. And I can't skip over this because it is freaking awesome. And we're going to do some more stuff on our end. We went and supported locally because I wasn't able to make it down there for it. But shout out to Carl Jochimson and the Fear My Heart crew. Epic big cleanup down on Lake Chickamauga. And I know Dylan over at Hobie Eyewear did his own stuff, I think, on either Lake Norman or Jordan Lake over in North Carolina. Did a cleanup as well. So the Hobie Eyewear folks stepping up big time. But shout out to Carl Jochimson and what he's been doing with the lake cleanups and trying to get more people on board, trying to get cleanups going all around the country. We'll be having him on the show very soon. Carl's going to come on here and talk about that. Obviously, talk fishing, but talk about that and see how many different lakes he has signed up. Because I know we had Lake Erie signed up on that. We also had Cayuga. We had signed up on that. So we had some folks here in New York that got involved in it. But cool to get this cause going, and he's making it, nationwide, worldwide. So it's cool to see what he's doing. So shout out to Carl. It's going to only get bigger and better. You guys will see more from the Serious Angler folks in coming years to support Carl's efforts. And he's got some pretty cool Fear My Heart stuff. The Fear My Heart incentive stuff that he's going to talk about here on this show coming up soon. But I got to give a shout out to that for Carl. But the one thing I wanted to talk about with you guys today, and I know this is just me rambling. We don't have Deacon or Andy on today's show, but they will be obviously next week. But essentially, is with all the craziness, I think a lot of times we can get so caught up in what's the buzz, what's the talk of, the hottest bait, or what might the drama be, what might be the tournament going on, and boat prices being so high, and there's these highs and there's lows, and I think we need all that. I don't think we need the drama because screw all that. But I think one thing people tend to forget, and it's just human nature. It's not to discredit anybody, but I mean, even myself, I do it, and I try to remind myself this as much as I can. But without the bass, there is none of this. There's none of it. Without the bass, we have no industry. We have no tournaments. We have no careers, no jobs in the fishing space. Obviously, of course, we're talking outside of bass. You can have that, but I'm saying in this bass fishing space that we love so much, there is no people doing YouTube in bass fishing. There is no serious angler. There is no bass master. There is no Major League Fishing. So on and so forth. Like there is no take your kid down to the local pond and fish from the bank with an ugly stick. There is none of that, specifically for bass anyway. And so and this is not just bass fishing. We can extend this to all of fishing, but we need to protect and remember what is most important about all of this in the first place. And it's the bass, the fish. The fish is the most important part. And that is one thing why we have started that real biology segment over at, with Serious Angler and with Steve Barden coming on bi-weekly to talk about conservation and highlighting the fisheries biologists that are focusing on that number one priority, which is the fish, and doing the work in the fields, doing the studies, doing the experiments, doing whatever it is that they need to do to get the data to make the decisions that they need to in order to preserve our fisheries, preserve the fish. And so I wanted to highlight that and remind you guys that it's like all this drama stuff means nothing. Like it's all TMZ Hollywood bullcrap that at the end of the day doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is keeping a fishery healthy, the fish, and are you having fun? If you can answer those three things, typically fishing is going to be in a good spot because most fisheries are all doing well. Sure, fisheries are getting pressured, but are you having fun? That's first and foremost. If you're not, then probably shouldn't be fishing. Is the fishery healthy and are you prioritizing the fish? Like if you're in a tournament and you're thinking more about the weight you're bringing to the scale versus if that fish is going to die or not, probably need to change priorities. If those are in place, fishing's future is in a good spot. You're having fun and you're enjoying it and you're sharing that joy with others and you care for the fish and the fishery. And hopefully this isn't making sense, but I'm looking forward, looking ahead, I should say, in the future of fishing. And it's like tournaments aside, as long as you like those three things, fishing's in a good spot. And so that's just really want to talk about today was just that message of avoid all this drama. You can either choose to see it or not see it. You can very much choose to just if you're scrolling Instagram and you see those specific pages that are obviously always pushing negativity, pushing the drama as much as they want to say they're not. You can click the not interested. You can click the block button, the mute button, just as easy as you can, and go support the pages like the folks like Carl Jochumson that are going out and doing positive things in our sport. Because that's all we need. If you're having fun and you're being positive about fishing, fishing is in a good spot, and it will continue to be in a good spot. And so I just wanted to talk about that briefly. Hopefully, you guys are in that same light too, and agree with that because for whatever reason, there's a couple folks. I'm not even gonna call them out by name because they don't deserve it, but they want to hate on this positivity train. They say that there's something wrong with pushing the positivity and neglecting certain things in the industry as if we should focus on the negative, and that's just absolutely stupid, in my opinion. And I hate to say that there's not really a better way to phrase that in my mind right now. It's why should we focus on this drama stuff going on in the industry when we can be going out having fun and doing good for the future of fishing and not sitting on our couch, not posting any fishing content, and all we post is stuff about drama for views because they get money, not worrying about who they affect. So that's what I'll say about that. You guys probably know what channels I'm talking about. And that's the last I'll say on that because, like we said, we're focusing on the positive. And the positive that is that this weekend there's going to be a lot of people out and about, and hopefully you guys are one of them. July 4th weekend. It's a great weekend. It's a crazy weekend, so be safe out there. Make smart decisions. But do go out and enjoy it with family, friends. There's a lot of good stuff happening right now in the fishing space. A lot of great people in the fishing space, and very smart folks that are making the decisions and doing the work behind the scenes, like the fisheries biologists and such like that we've had here on Serious Angler. But there's a quick message. Wanted to get that out to you guys, and I hope you guys all go and catch some freaking fish this weekend. Catch some fish, catch some sun, catch some good times with the folks that matter most. And tag us in your fish pictures. We'll love to see them. We'll reshare them over on our story and follow us on social media if you're not already. But guys, quick one. Just hopefully you guys have a great week. We have a lot coming to the channel here in the coming weeks. We have a Seriously Western coming up on Monday. Alec Morrison is coming on the channel here soon. We got Matt Streichel from SB Fishing coming on the channel. We have some more folks as well coming down the hopper, and we'll try to keep you guys best up to date on everything new from iCast and business related stuff across the industry here soon. But appreciate y'all as always. We'll see you on the next one.